Why is this guy so good? When you see the numbers, the height, the weight, the speed, I mean, it's just a wow.
Well, he's on tape, he's productive to me. He's an outside pass rusher. He can come inside. He can play the run physically at the point of attack, or he can slip blocks, and he's got great range. Now, historically, Andrew, when you look at how he compares with other picks of defensive ends taken at the top of the draft, here's what I think. Jadeveon Clowney was taken 1. This guy, Garrett, is more instinctive, and he's more productive. Julius Peppers, 2002, went 2nd in the draft. The guy's still playing. Garrett's more instinctive and productive than Peppers was coming out of college. And then finally, we took Mario Williams in 2006 with Houston with the first pick. Garrett, he's more athletic than Mario Williams. So those are your top players historically since 2002. I think he's better than all of them.
And so that sounds like a lock to you. He is clearly the #1 guy.
He is. And then once you get him, you got Agba on the other side. You got 2 bookends there. You're starting to look like a football team. You got the best combination of pass rushers in your division, and you're starting to build something here, and all of a sudden now you start to make sense to what this football team's going to look like.
Yeah, you get Carl Nassib, who made some plays early on last year before being hurt. Chris Kirksey's not a bad linebacker as well. Maybe you have a foundation there for building a front 7 in an AFC North in which you need a very strong front 7. But what if, Charlie, somebody were to call Sashi Brown and say, hey, let's make a deal? What would it take for you to move out of #1, Charlie?
You know, it's where am I going, Andrew? Am I going to 2? Am I going to 3? Am I going to 7? Or am I going to 8? Every time I would come back and think about it right now, I said, you know what? Why are we doing this? We've got a guy here that we just sat here and said he's better than any defensive end that's come out from going back to 2002. Take him. It's time to take players and get on with going forward. We already won the trading battle. We're the kings of the NFL in trades, and that's a compliment now. We got to take some players here, though. This guy's a player.
You got to turn those numbers into actual football players. You don't have a bingo card that you put out there every Sunday. You actually have to draft players. No, really, it is. You can make all the trades you want, Charlie. We've said this 100 times. Time to start picking good football players. Agba was a good one last year. Myles Garrett seems to be an obvious one you put opposite Agba this year. More from Charlie, by the way, coming up. More on the Myles Garrett Texas A&M Pro Day. Coming up on Path to the Draft. 6